The road ended in a T-shape. Kibo rolled right through it and into the park on the other side. He was still plunging downhill. He plowed through some bushes and then tumbled down the path in the middle of the park. He hit a bump and rolled sideways. He sped right through the middle of one of those big games of chess, with pieces as big as a small kid. It was like a bowling alley. As the pieces flew in all directions, the two chess players couldn't believe their eyes. One of them shook a fist. The other shook her walking stick. I wanted to apologize, but I was panting too hard. I had to jump over a pond to follow Kibo, and I nearly tripped on the white bishop, too. Kibo bowled right out of the park gates and bumped across the road. Then he was into the center of the town. It was a major disaster. Kibo rolled right down the middle of the busy shopping strip, the pedestrian mall. Shoppers screamed and fled in all directions. Dogs ran away barking. People handing out flyers dived into the fountain. Even the actors who were pretending to be statues suddenly sprinted to safety, which was pretty funny, really. I ran after Kibo. I didn't call after him. I couldn't spare the breath. I was worried. Kibo hadn't hurt anyone yet, and he hadn't been hurt, but he'd been lucky. What was I going to say to his mom and dad if he rolled into a concrete mixer or something? Sorry, Kibo's mom and dad, who were rolling him around and he got away from us? No, that wouldn't do. I had to save him. I sprinted hard and caught up to him. I tried to grab on, but I couldn't get a handhold. He was going too fast. Oh, Kibo! I looked ahead. The shops were coming to an end. Then there was a road, and on the other side was the river. Kibo was heading right for it. I ignored the screaming, shouting people we were bowling past. I ran as hard as I could until I was ahead of Kibo. I raced across the road and turned so my back was to the river. I threw my arms out wide, and I braced for impact. I'd stop him. It was our last chance. Kibo rolled right across the road, racing straight at me. But then he hit the road gutter. He was going so fast, he flew into the air and right over my head. I whipped around in time to see him land in the river with a huge splash. I got drenched by the spray of water. When I got to my feet, I had to wipe water from my eyes, but then I saw Kibo bobbing up and down in the middle of the river, waving his hands and feet. His eyes and mouth emerged from his fur. Whee! He cried. Hey, let's do that again! Kibo, after all, was from a watery planet. The water had made him happy, and had brought him out of his stage fright. That night, Kibo was a huge hit. He sang beautifully. When his family joined in, it was the most amazing song I'd ever heard. And then the glitter launcher went off and covered us all in sparkles. It was the best concert ever.